How did you handle the marketing? Can you talk a little bit about that, especially about the idea of launch is a year, not a day?
I came into this with this idea that this is just a product. And so I'm going to do customer discovery just like it's a product. I'm going to build the product just like it's a product. And then I'm going to launch it just like a product. So in a good tech product launch, the launch day is just a day. It's not the big deal thing. Like, you need the product to sell every day after the launch. And so that was another thing that I found really strange. Like, in the book business, the publishers in particular seem to put all their effort on this first week of sales. And then after that, it was either successful or not, which that's not how we do it for products outside of publishing. So I said, well, I'm not going to do it that way. So in my mind, I had it kind of split up. There were things I would do pre-availability. So before the book was available, there's a bunch of marketing things you want to do to sort of get people excited about the fact that, yeah, it's coming. So when it is coming, they might buy one. And then there's things you want to do the week it's available. There's some things you can do because, hey, that's news. It's available now. Let's go buy it. And then in a good product launch, what you have is kind of a steady drumbeat of things that are happening every month or every couple of months that keep the product in people's minds so that they keep buying it. And then eventually, if you're doing this really well, you've sold a lot of copies after a year or so. And then the thing just kind of sells itself after that because everybody's talking about it and everybody's read it and you get a lot of referrals. So in the pre-launch phase, I was blogging a lot about, hey, this book is coming and this is what I'm doing. I was giving people teaser bits of it. I was building my list by sharing some templates and things that I was working on for the book. I was really noisy on social media, like, ooh, this book is coming. It's going to be so exciting. I had different versions of the cover and had people voting on which one they like and all this stuff. Yeah. And I think that was reasonably successful. I don't actually think that got me a lot, to tell you the truth, but it made me feel like I was doing something. When we think about marketing channels, typically we only have one or two channels that really produce all the revenue. And so I think when you're launching a book, I think you have to be very selective in where you're going to spend your time. And instead of trying to do every channel perfectly, you take the one or two channels that you think you can really smash and go smash them. And so in my case, I had already been doing a reasonable amount of public speaking. Like, I would do 7 or 8 talks in a year at conferences. So I thought, okay, if I really wanted to push that, maybe I could double that number or triple that number. And that would be a good way to get me in front of a lot of people. Similarly, I was also doing a lot of podcasts at the time. And I thought, I haven't even really tried to be on podcasts. If I tried to be on podcasts, maybe I could be on a lot. So I've had speaking, I had podcasts, and then I had a little bit of a mailing list, which was kind of secondary. And then I had a little bit of social media. I have kind of okay followers on Twitter. It's not a big audience, but they're kind of engaged. And, so I got Twitter. So I thought, okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to focus on that. And so at the beginning of the year, the book launched in May. At the beginning of the year, I had 3 or 4 conferences that I was speaking at. And in those conferences, I was trying to get people to sign up to the list to be prepared for the launch. On the actual day of the launch, I had 2 conferences in that same week. And so I used those as launch events where I showed up at the thing and I'm the keynote speaker and we got a couple thousand people in the audience. I'm like, holy cow, people, today's the day. Pick up your phone and order one right now. So that got a bit of buzz online because I was in front of these 2 big audiences. And then I think there was 1 or 2 podcasts that dropped that week as well. So it was very noisy that week. And I sold a few thousand books, I think, in the first week. Like, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like 3,000, 4,000 books or something in that week. So it was off with a bang. And then the 2-3 months following that, because I had been so noisy, I started getting asked to speak at a lot of conferences. Like all of a sudden I was overrun with requests to speak at conferences, and I said yes to all of them. So by
Okay.
the end of the year, I had done 50 something, 58
Wow.
conference talks, I think, by the end of the year. This is pre-COVID, right? So we
Uh-huh.
were still doing live conferences. And then I did probably an equal number of podcasts. So then I did a bunch of other things. Like 2 months after the book launched, I gave away some free books on Twitter again, just to create some
Okay.
buzz. Like I did that. I made some stupid bookmarks and stickers and stuff, and did a Christmas thing during the holiday season where it was like, holiday book giveaway
Uh-huh.
thing. I did that. And I did a lot of speaking at conferences where instead of me getting paid a fee to speak at the conference, they bought a bunch of books. I didn't do a lot of that, but I did a few. So I really doubled down on just those things. And then the one thing I didn't do that everybody told me that is a normal thing is I didn't put the book on sale.
Yeah.
So most people will do because they're worried that everything has to happen in this first week. Most people will launch the book and make it 99 cents for the first week and basically give it away just to get the numbers up. So you hit the Amazon bestseller thing, which it turns out is nothing.
Uh-huh.
It's not important at all. Anyway, so I didn't do that because I thought, why would I give it away the first week? Like these are the people that are the most interested in buying the book. And I also thought that having a sale would really be a really good momentum thing to do later to get, to get the stragglers across the line. That's when we need a sale. So I waited until the 1-year anniversary. And then on the 1-year anniversary, I did a sale. And I think I sold 5,000 books on the 1-year anniversary at the sale. Like it was crazy. So yeah, I was in constant promotion mode for over a year.